3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck yeah, live studio audience. Very real people joining us today at Studio 395. Beautiful day in San Diego, California. I'm your man, Ron Ripley. This is Honorable Discharge. With me, as always, is my man, T.D. Cunningham. T.D. Cunningham, what are you drinking on there? What's in that what's in that?
Hey, yo, folks, how's it going? TD here, and as always, I'm drinking Cerveza Blonde Ale from Dos Desperados.
Delicious. That's a veteran-owned brewery in San Marcos, California. You guys, you're ever around there, go stop in, get yourself a drink. They're slutty people. Say hi to Dan for us. It's a great show today, you guys. I'm wildly excited. We got a very handsome man on the other side of the desk.
Too soon, bro.
Too soon, bro.
You can't go into my striking good looks. You got to ease into it.
Who we got,
It's theater
Ron?
of the mind. You got to have people wonder, like, is this guy fine? Is he light-skinned? Does he have abs? But you went and spoiled it right off the
I don't
top.
have to because they already know you. They know you from The Wire. They know you from Chappelle show. You're in the Jay and Bob.
This is a question for you.
Oh, Jiminy.
The intro music I just heard, right?
Yeah, what's that?
Is that specific to black people?
No, it's
No,
mine.
sorry.
Because it had a nice little, like, a funky beat,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't know if, like, you have different theme music for different guests. Like, it's Nirvana.
We got a hillbilly
White dude
guy.
coming up, it's Nirvana. It's Nirvana.
No, man, that's
I
the
was
show.
like, oh, man, they got me in a jazzy feeling. This joint started off racist already, son. They profiled me with the intro music.
If you haven't guessed,
It was groove. It was a groove, though.
If you haven't guessed already, ladies and gentlemen, we got Donnell Rawlings.
The
in
wildly
the audience.
handsome Donnell Rawlings.
Wildly handsome.
Yeah.
Donnell Rawlings. Thank you so much.
It feels like I'm looking at you two like I'm in front of a probation hearing.
I know, that's why.
Like one person's like, yo, I kind of see where he's coming from. And the other person's like, no, he's just institutionalized. No, don't let him trick you, man. He'll go back to his same ways.
Yeah, I felt weird moving to this end of the table.
And I didn't know what that strategy was for, because you were sitting right here and I felt more comfortable. Now it turned into a fucking interrogation,
I know.
man.
Shit, you want me to move it back?
Nah, it's all
Switch
good.
back
Whatever
over?
makes comfortable.
You're freaking out the guest, you institutional fuck. Well, he's a Marine. He can't help it. And, Honorable Discharge is happy to have you, because you were a cop. In
Honorable
Air Force.
Discharge, that's your handle? Honorable Discharge?
Yeah, that's the name of the show. Honorable Discharge.
Honorable Discharge.
I'm
So
still
why
in,
am I
though.
here?
Because you're a veteran that pursues comedy.
Because I didn't get an honorable discharge.
Eh,
Did
don't
you not?
matter.
No, I did get an honorable discharge. It's hard to get it. The only way you can get a dishonorable discharge is like doing war, right?
The dishonorable no, man. Like if you get
get
too
in
many
trouble.
DUIs, you're a cop, man.
But I don't think if you get, I understand that, but too many DUIs, I don't think that
You
that
get
would
other
you
than
that bad-
honorable,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Oh, other than
To get
yeah, like bad
dishonorable.
conduct discharge. You don't get like dishonorable mean like you got caught in the middle of a war. You just told everything
Well,
you
what
knew.
about
or
like,
something like that, right?
You gotta basically like if you got hit with sexual assault
For
or-
dishonorable.
Yeah,
That's
for
dishonorable.
you gotta be like
you break a law.
You have to be super. You gotta burn.
Punch your boss
Not
at
even
the company picnic.
Even that you'll get other than honorable. They'll
Yeah, that's
threaten
what I'm
you with it
saying.
to knock it down. To
Dishonorable,
get dishonorable,
that's
you
what I'm
gotta
saying.
be like.
I would have tried to get away with so much more shit if it.
Oh, I knew it. I was like, I'm gonna walk with at least a bad conduct. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I felt like somebody in the hood,
Like the
in court, right? And your judge is like, we can get you 3 to 5 or whatever. I'm like, we shooting for like a other than honorable, but like Donnell, we want to settle with a bad conduct. discharge.
Did you
I'll
really
take
not
it.
get out honorable?
No, I did get out.
Yeah,
honorable.
yeah.
And I got out early, but I knew I had to get out honorable.
yeah.
I had to get out honorable at that time because they was gunning for a bad conduct, and they were doing it in a way like
You were on your way.
oh man, I was stacking them LORs up.
Yeah.
I was stacking them LORs up, man. I was LOR heavy, son. I had so many LORs. I was like, oh, they trying to put all these. How many LORs do it take to get an Article 15?
That's the question.
And I was right on the edge of it, which means like, you have to have like when I went to Bowling Air Force Base. What is it? APR? The APR is a system that they gauge you on
you're
to decide on what base you could go to. Like certain
the
bases,
5 scale.
If
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
bases, if you didn't have like all 9s or something, you couldn't go there.
Yeah.
So I was
You were always getting 2s.
I was getting
Yeah, you were on, like,
I knew they
shacks
was
and shit.
gunning for me because I always used to hear this phrase, Airman Rawlings, your blatant disregard for established military policy shows a lack of military burn and integrity. Yo, I used to hear that shit every week.
Yeah, I heard that.
And it wasn't just regular disregard for me, it was blatant. Blatant is like, you don't give a fuck.
Hey, well, your stupid
You're
fucking
blatant.
face
Yep.
is a blatant offense to
I
me.
caught one of them.
LOR?
Yeah, I caught.
You don't look like you ever saw an LOR in your
So,
life.
Looks like
I got-
he wrote it.
Yeah.
Like he wrote. He's
Like you issued the LOR.
I stole pens yesterday,
I get-
man, and I feel terrible
I
about
get
it.
that all the time, but honestly, it's don't judge a book by its cover.
I did.
I'm like I'm the wild card in my unit and have been historically ever since I've been in. I actually got one for throwing away all the spoons when we were on ship. Just general mayhem.
Oh,
and
that's right, you were
I
telling
was
me
just
that.
snatching spoons and throwing to be
For no reason?
No reason. Thousands
Joker
of them. Throwing
chaos.
them
That puts the new term for spooning.
Yeah.
Do you know what the best part is though? Is like all those LORs and stuff. Like what you said when you transferred bases, like that feeling when they're like you go into another base and they give you your PIF, your personal information file
Right.
with all that shit, and it's in that sealed envelope, and you're like, I'm gonna open it up and take out those LORs. There's no reason for that to follow me, but
I got jammed up because
reseal the envelope.
I was at Kunsan, Korea. That was the first base I was at, and I was my next base was going to be Bowling Air Force Base, and you know Kunsan, that's a remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
2
So when
years.
no, it was only a year.
Oh, that's right. 1 year.
Yeah, it was a year. And then you know, like when you're doing a year, when you start getting short, you get your short time calendar.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that?
Yeah, the
fuck
fuck
yeah.
Like
Yes.
it was just like you start marking it off.
And
then
to
you
wake
start-
up.
and you start talking shit to
Yeah.
people that come in. You're like, I'm short as hell. I'm shorter than Gary Coleman, bitch.
What you
right?
gonna do about it, fucker?
Yo, and you're like this. You're like this. How short are you? Like, and somebody be like 2 weeks. You're like, man, if I had 2 weeks, I'd kill myself. Right? You was down to I went all the way down to I was out processed.
Yeah.
I was done with Bowling Air Force Base. I went downtown one more night of fun. I'm like, this is gonna be my last hoorah. And I got into a fight at a fucking bulgogi tent. I was lit off the soju, right? I got in a fight, and it wasn't a fight. It was like kick, stomp, and all that type of shit. I was a cop.
You can get away with
I
shit.
got-
I was a cop. I used to work the front gate.
Exactly.
So that night, I was like, oh, son, this ain't good right here. Right? I left, and I had a little chick downtown. I went to spend the night with her.
Little juicy girl?
Yeah, I had a little joint.
Yeah.
And then I went to base the next morning. I'm trying to sneak on base. And my buddies was on base. They was like, Donnell, let me tell you, man, whatever you did last night, you better get your story together. Because you are not going home, motherfucker. Yo, it killed my shit. I went from the Freedom Bird was set to go the next morning.
Oh,
I was
no.
out, bruh. I was not even part of the base anymore.
And they kept you.
They fucking brought me back. At home in D.C., they was waiting for me. They had a whole fucking coming home party. The block was lit. And I never fucking showed up. I had to stay another goddamn 3 weeks. It was so embarrassing. They had me picking up cigarette butts and shit.
Dude, my last
Oh, I
night
love
in
that.
Okinawa, I was leaving, coming back to the States. We had just gotten back from Iraq, and I had another few weeks in Okinawa. My last night in Okinawa, I went out, got wasted out on Gate 2 Street, and got my ass fucking whooped. And it was so bad, dude hit me. He was a fucking tough dude. Hit me so hard that he caught me not in the eye, but in the forehead. And he gave me like a black eye on the middle of my
white people,
forehead.
they get hit. It's instant bruise.
Like, I had a big knot, yellow knot.
A
on
white
my
dude
forehead.
gets stung by a bee, and his eye looked like he got hit by Mike Tyson and shit. Yeah, but I had those experiences, but it was good. For me, out of high school and not really having any direction, you know, I wasn't going to college, you know.
Yeah.
When I was in school, like, the college counselors, they didn't really focus on me because I was always on joke time.
Yeah.
I had a brother, he was gifted. My brother went to Brown University. He went to Georgetown Law. He got the resume. And they was like used to fucking like recruit him. He was like Michael Jordan of brains.
Yeah.
So when he walked in the guidance office, they was like, you can go to Yale, you can go wherever. When I walked in the guidance office, they pointed to all the military pitches.
You can go right over there.
They was like, you can be all you can be, or you can aim high, motherfucker.
See, I
And I chose to aim high.
I did mine after I got out of jail, and I was.
You was locked up?
Oh yeah, stolen car.
God damn, man! When you say don't judge a book by its cover,
Yeah.
you look like you're the license and registration, sir, on every end of that shit.
You know
okay.
what, T? You just look at him and be like, oh, I know what's
No,
happening.
it was,
I see what's going to
See what's going on.
possession of stolen property. I was stealing cars, and I got
You
caught.
more gangster than me. I got a suspended license charge. That was it. Go ahead. What you said?
Yeah, it was possession of stolen property. I was stealing cars. I got caught with a stolen car, and I did some time. And when I got out, it was 2005. I was older, man. I was like 24. And the war had kicked off. It was 2000. They were doing the pump. They were doing so they kind of loosened the restrictions, let me into the Marines. And from there,
It was desperate as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
huh?
and I didn't look back, man.
They went through all black
I
Mexicans and
fucking
shit.
love telling people that about the Air Force. Oh, you were in the Air Force? Like, oh, they're like the smart people, aren't they?
I
Like,
know.
yeah,
you
dude,
fly. They always like, you fly a plane?
We don't recruit from prisons, if that's what you mean.
Dude,
So
I didn't
fucking-
want to look a gift horse in the mouth, man. I knew it was an opportunity that you once in a lifetime, and I didn't want to bring that street shit into it. So I just shifted my life, changed,
That's dope,
and
man.
I'm glad they invested in me, and I wanted them to realize it's a good investment. And you know,
Right.
15 years later, still doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
because you can feel it's a good investment for 4. It's like you doing a bid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I got to do my 4, whether I like it or not, you know?
Well, I'll never-
But then you get to that point, then you going the distance. Like, once you hit 10, it's like,
You're in.
unless some shit happened, like in the case like with Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy was in the Navy.
Navy, yeah.
That's right.
And can you imagine Charlie Murphy probably was 2 years into the
Holy
Navy, right? Can you
fuck.
imagine you being in the Navy, right? And your motherfucking brother is the biggest motherfucking comedy star in the history of comedy?
Yeah.
You trying to he told me he was trying to get kicked out. He said they was
gotta
calling
get the
them
fuck outta
shit
here.
birds and everything. He was like, just let me out of here.
Dude's trying to
makes
get you to
sense.
go clean the fucking toilets, and you're like, bro.
You like straight up talking to your people like, fuck you.
yeah.
my brother's Kevin
they have
Hart,
it.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
They got a clause like that. Like, if you win the lottery, they're
Yep.
like, you're discharged.
I
Like,
had a
you,
friend-
you have so much money, you just tell us to fuck
I had
off.
a friend whose father died, and he basically was a multi-millionaire and wanted to stay in because his father died. He got the money. He was like, I don't want to get out because recon. He wanted to stay in recon. He likes recon. It's more of, it's not just like just the benefits and stuff. It's the actual job. And they were like, no, you
But those
cannot.
those are the motherfuckers you want fighting for you.
Right?
You didn't want me fighting for you. You dead as shit fucking with me. Listen, every time we had an exercise, as a Kunsa Air Base, right? Every time we had an exercise, all the black people got killed, not murdered, but they died first. And the reason why, like when you get killed, we had miles gear. I'm old school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beep, once this shit go off, they come to pick you up, and you go to the gym. Right? You go to the gym, you play
That's your
basketball,
fatality.
right? So all you saw was as soon as like we're black people like, you got me, I'm dead. And we went to the fucking gym and hooped all fucking day. You don't need that motherfucker fight for you. You need that motherfucker that remembers everything and training, the motherfucker that does his face and
Yeah.
everything. Because I would have been dead.
No, man, I'm the opposite, dude. Like, I got all my LORs and shit for just doing stupid shit. I was on an exercise once. I blew my face off with a potato cannon.
Yeah, you got motherfuckers that get LORs and shit,
Like,
but are they still like you got motherfuckers that get LORs like yourself, but still serious about the job? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like people like, yo, I'm a fuck up, but I know my
Just-
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got motherfuckers that's fuck ups that don't know they
like-
shit,
Yeah.
and you don't need them.
No, useless.
They're the first to go.
Yeah.
They're gone.
When you see them in basics, it's like, are you really getting yelled at for not being able to fold a t-shirt?
Funny shit about basic for me was, you know, when you first go, like when I was started, motherfuckers still pushing jerry curls and shit.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You see all
Shaved
these
off.
motherfuckers in these fucking buses and shit, and you know where motherfuckers from by their hairstyles and shit.
Yeah, you're
right?
from the South,
Yeah,
you're from
yeah,
fucking-
yeah. Like, that white dude from North Carolina, you can just look at that mohawk and tell.
Man.
Black people was jerry curl, but once you sat down, they was like womp womp. You didn't know who the fuck was who.
That's fun. I'm caught up. I'm trying to think about what Charlie Murphy's true war stories would be like. In that reenactment would just be like, what the fuck?
Man, Charlie Murphy was one of the most entertaining storytellers.
He
Like when
was
me hanging around him, you could tell as much as Eddie Murphy was the superstar of the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you could just tell. And I've been around their entire family when
Yeah.
Charlie and Eddie have been in the same room. And every time I've been in a room with Charlie and Eddie, Charlie's personality was the biggest personality in the room. That doesn't mean it was the biggest personality on TV.
Yeah.
Or on sketch, but
Yeah.
you could just tell. You could just tell that Eddie had probably admired him when he was younger.
Yeah.
Charlie was straight street. He chose a different route. And Eddie was like, man, my brother funny, but I could really do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like,
He's-
it was just like, just the energy, man. You could just, like, when you're around people, you could tell everybody in the room knows the story, but you only want one person to tell the story.
Yeah.
And whenever
Like, you tell it. You tell it
Whenever
better.
you were in the room with Charlie, it's like, you all know the story. You
He's
got your
telling it.
versions, but nah, you got to get that one. son.
Dude,
This is gonna be the one you want to hear.
the history about him with writing Norbit, that movie, the story about that in his drive and how he did it, that motivates me so much whenever I gotta write.
I
dude.
remember when the motherfucker, Norbit was, Charlie had a joke.
Yeah.
He had a motherfucking joke. I don't know if Eddie said it, saw it, or Charlie told him, but they was like, "Oh, it could be built out, right?"
And
this is what. But you also got to realize, this is the time when Charlie Murphy. I bullied Charlie Murphy into doing stand-up comedy.
How? Wait, what?
Because
What
we were
happened?
doing the Chappelle show, right? Chappelle show was
Yeah, yeah.
popping. We weren't really making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because the next contract, the third contract was for Dave. We were still bit players on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were still bit players, but we were became household characters. You know what I mean? His name was a household name.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, we need to make some money. So, and I've told this story before, came up with the idea of doing an I'm Rich Bitch tour. Me, Charlie, and Bill Burr. Charlie had never told jokes. And as much as Charlie bully you, I was like, yeah, you funny as shit on camera or whatever, but can you tell a motherfucking joke? That's the only thing I could bully him with. Finally, he got sick of it. I knew we had this tour going on, and I took him to open mic, and he went on there, and he fucking never looked back. You know what I'm saying?
I heard he
and
was-
then in that process of like writing jokes and having to go, basically he was an open micer that was selling out across the country. You know,
I
and
heard
then
he
the
was really protective about that, though. Like someone, I heard a story, and I don't know where it came from, but someone was like, "Yo, I want to sign you, and I want you to do like an hour special," and he was like, "Fuck you!" Like,
Right, he wasn't with it.
Yeah,
but
like,
I
I'm
remember
not there yet. Like I wasn't.
when we were
comfortable.
like right when he was writing jokes, and the woman who Eddie Murphy played, the chick, I forget her name, but I remember when he told me about, he said, "Man, I'm about to write this movie." He said the motherfuckers gave him $100,000 right off the muscle. Right off the top.
I heard some shit
like,
and he just
you gotta
locked up
understand,
in his
you
room.
you making average money,
Yeah.
and then you making average money, but then your stand up career is starting to bubble, and then you got an opportunity to get 6 figures with your ink. I remember when he went,
didn't
he
he
said,
go in
"Man,
a hotel?
I'm getting this hotel, I'm getting this bitch for 30 days." 30 days, he banged it out. Whether that was the original script or whatever, but this is what people don't understand about this shit. Everybody has ideas.
Yeah.
Everybody got a fucking idea. You know how many ideas we blow that we don't
Yeah.
write down?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we don't do. And he saw one, and he saw that bitch through.
I'm telling you,
completion.
that
And that's-
story that I
And whether
heard,
what people don't understand is like, okay, was it a hit? You know, people always want
Yeah.
to be critical.
Yeah.
Yo, that motherfucker did it.
and
You
that's
know what I mean? That's the fucking story.
And that story behind Norbit, actually, like that is a huge drive, specifically with a lot of the projects I'm in, with what I'm writing and stuff. I actually do it that I think about that specifically. What you were talking about is like, yeah, it's an idea, but what the fuck does it
What you gonna
matter?
do?
Go lock in and fucking make it.
You went from a joke to a movie to writing it to getting credit, and like you.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like you like, and not even this is the so fly about that hustle. The motherfucker didn't have to be in it, and he catch a
Yeah.
check. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, bam, motherfucker. And I'm going on the road. I'm gonna do my jokes, and I'm gonna get some more checks. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
this is crazy for me because I'm straight. I remember being in pre-release, about to get off paper, thinking about what I'm gonna do with my life, and watching the being introduced, because I didn't have TV and shit like that. I just
Right.
gotten out, and I'm like getting back into the fucking world.
Shit, you
And
didn't have TV when I was in. They used to send us Soul Train tapes.
Dude, seeing y'all motherfuckers seeing you guys on doing that was my introduction. Was the stories with Chappelle and
True
Charlie
Hollywood
Murphy.
stories?
Yeah, about the Rick James, the most famous episode, and seeing that when I'm like, you know, pissing in a cup for a parole officer, and then 15 years later talking with you guys about
Right.
Charlie Murphy and about that. That's fucking. It's crazy.
It's
fucking crazy to me.
It's like people always ask the question like, yeah, when are you gonna move away from the Chappelle show? Blah blah blah. I've done so many other things, but that show was so motherfucking iconic, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, it's just like it would be spoke on forever.
Do you get upset
Anybody
when-
that does comedy will
Anybody
talk
comedy.
about that show.
Yeah.
It came up at one point,
and
or
I was
another.
part of it. So how you can't just shake that? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he hasn't done anything since Chappelle show. Do you know how huge Chappelle show was?
Yeah. Do you get
know?
upset when people do you get upset when people introduce like to be like Ashy Larry
Nah.
or something like
No,
that?
man,
That
that's like a Godfather like line though. It's like like
It's something
it's like,
first-
Tony didn't have to move fast because
If I was sensitive about that, I would probably be in a mental institution right
Yeah,
now
'cause you
because it's
can't-
going to happen. You
yeah.
can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest, in comedy, it's so hard to be remembered as anything.
But to be remembered like this,
It's like-
because we're like, I was like, Donnell Rawlings coming out. All the comedians, everyone around here was like, holy shit. But like other people
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, who? I'm like, Ashley Larry from the show. Ashley
Yeah.
Larry, oh my God. And
when you say I'm rich, biatch, everyone's like, no shit. And
The funniest shit, I got to tell you a
did
story.
that really come from Too Short, by the way? Like that?
I don't know the correlation. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it was like he stamped the word bitch.
Yeah.
So like he could sue anybody for saying bitch.
I heard
He could
this-
come into one of my arguments and be like, bitch, get out my house. He'd be, like, he'd be like this.
You owe me a quarter.
You owe me.
Because that's in the
That's gonna
song.
be $10.
like the little clink, the clink in the jaw.
Yeah, he
That's in
says
the
that.
song and shit.
Ask
And I've
Dave
always
Chappelle.
wondered if that's the fucking truth
No,
behind it.
it could be. I mean, it's doubtful that Dave ripped it. It just so happened
Yeah, yeah.
that they both punctuated it.
I was gonna
You know what I'm
say
saying?
Dave
It was-
ain't fucking snatching
Nah,
tags from people, man.
Nah, not at all. I mean, he'll fucking, you got a tag, he'll blow that shit up. What? Okay. Yo, Lord John been eating off of what for
my God,
years?
that's
He got
right.
a new what commercial?
That's fucking funny.
He got a
man.
new commercial. He's like, yeah, we got Little John to say, what? Okay. Give me
So-
a check.
What I'm interested in, because this is like honestly for personal reasons, I'm in the military now and I want to get out, but when I'm transitioning, I want to do comedy, I want to do entertainment. What was, because I know the legend behind
You don't
how
want to do it.
got-
What do you mean you want to do it?
I'm doing it, but I'm saying
Right.
like I know the legend of how you did it with like the heckling and all that, but I'm saying what made you actually
Have you done stand up before?
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
Okay. What I would. That wasn't a.
I know,
No.
I know. It's funny to me because
Yeah, okay, I'll
I
take
work
that.
with him.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
both at the
Right.
store.
What I'm saying is like that moment where you decided, you know what, I'm not gonna go put in this application, go be a cop. I'm gonna do stand up. And then how did you feed yourself and actually pay
for
the
me-
rent in that transition?
For me,
that's
You
the
were in
part.
security, right?
For me, the first time I went on stage, I knew that that's it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I was ready to
Yeah.
I was gonna be a police officer. The first time I hit that stage, I was like, this is it. And I was like, I didn't know how I didn't have to worry about how I was gonna pay myself because I was making really good money
Yeah.
for my age. Then I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I started doing more comedy. Then I was like, I gotta go. But I didn't want to just leave because I had a good job. I was like, if they fire me, I get unemployment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was like this. Yeah, I was making them do shit to fire me. They brought me that office. I was happy as shit. I was like, dippity doo dah. They was like, yeah, you're fired. I was like, thank you. So I had
And a fucking fuck you to you, sir.
I had 6 months. I had 6 months. I had a 6-month little shit that, first off, people always say, well, I'm going to save this money. I'm going to go for it. It doesn't matter how much money you save because you're going to blow it.
Yeah,
You got to go through it. It's not,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't think like that.
Yeah.
It's like how I'm going to make money. So I was popular in D.C., so I would do these little off shows, cabarets. So I went and lived in my friend's couch in Brooklyn. But like when I needed money, I would catch the Peter Pan bus to D.C., pick up $500 there. Like if that's where the shows,
yeah.
I was still pursuing it in New York, but I knew I had to go eat.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm getting sick of doing that. So I said I need to do a comedy night. And I went to this little restaurant that did open mic, and it was a Monday night, and I would go there for like 3 weeks. I would go, and it was like fun, but only like 10 or 15 people. Then I went to the owner. I was like, yo, I'm a comedian from D.C. I got some friends, whatever. Would you give me a shot what if I could like double, like basically flip this shit? And I had a conversation with him. And then I was like, it was a Monday night. He was like, okay, why not? He was like, it's a bad night. I was like, people always say there's nothing to do on Mondays. Whenever you hear like, it's never nothing to do on Mondays. So I said, I'm going to name this night Something to Do on Mondays.
Oh shit.
It was called Something to Do on Mondays. I flipped this shit in like 3 weeks where it was standing room only. And it was gangster motherfuckers from each area. But that was one place where they called the truce, and like you couldn't fuck around because there was bitches there. The food was good. You know, it was a good night.
Everyone, come on
So
now.
yeah, it was
We can call it
literally a ceasefire. Yeah, on Monday.
You created Sweden.
Yep. And then that was how, and I started doing that weekly, and that was how I would support myself until I started getting regular gigs. But I said, like, I was like, you got to do it, but you just got to figure out a different hustle. It's like, if you're a real hustler, you know how to make money all kind of ways.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how to make it legally, illegally, legit. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what's your strategy going to be to make money.
That's such a huge piece that you said that, because I've always wanted, I hear the legend of how you came up and started doing comedy, but to hear the actual nuts and bolts of, and then I produced a show here that put money in my account so I could keep doing what I love. That's fucking huge to me. Thank
You were doing
That's the real
something
shit,
man.
that wasn't being done. There was a need in the area. It was like there was a pocket that there's something that wasn't being addressed, and that's why it's something to do on a Monday night. And and it works so well.
Oh my God, this night, it was incredible, bro. And the thing about it wasn't just comedy; it was just open mic. So we have a violinist go up there, magicians.
Oh shit!
You know
I like
what I'm
it when
saying?
it's a little different.
Oh, it was a mixed mic.
Yeah, it was just, but it was just, you saw like that guy over there's cousin probably just murdered that guy's cousin. But like right now, we can't do
Like that guy can play
anything.
accordion, man. He's fucking good.
Have you ever thought about going back and doing some type of reunion thing in that motherfucker?
Yeah, every so often I do. But my reunion for those spots, that place doesn't exist anymore. It's a different business.
Yeah.
But my reunion and my connection with those spots is whenever I go to New York, I always go to one of those spots.
And
like the hood spots. It's so crazy because when I go to the hood, they look like, oh shit, what this nigga doing up in here, right? That's their reaction. Nigga, what you doing in here? I'm like, I'm about to get a drink and I'm about to get on the mic. And then the way they appreciate it, because, it's people that I started with, people that saw me when I was in the trenches, that they continue to follow me and root for me, but they see me on a different level, a different platform. But to actually be there in the spot, like, this motherfucker just ordered some lemon pepper chicken wings, That's the payback, and that's like, I'll always do that.
Were you always the way, because this weekend, how I saw you at the store, your sets and all that, were you like that when you were open micer 3 months in?
Let me tell you something. And I am not being cocky.
Yeah.
And anybody was there that night, and I have people that can contest to this. The first time I touched the mic, I caught a standing O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smoked them. And the reason why I smoked them is because I was the heckler for like 2 months. Like, I was the dude that was fucking up the entire show.
No etiquette.
No etiquette. No nothing. I used to go hard. They used to apologize to me. They would be like, man, come on, man, don't fuck with me today. I'm trying to work on this shit. I got a Carson audition. I'd be like, fuck that. They'd be like so nervous. And they was like, the only way we can do is get this dude to shut up, is give him the goddamn mic. And I smoked it because they were like.
How long did you do?
I did probably like
5 or 3 or
7 or 8 minutes,
7 or
maybe.
8?
But
They
the people
they
were rooting
7 or 8 minutes. That's
they were like with the open mics scene in DC. It used to be like there wasn't a lot of places for black comedy.
Yeah.
So this one spot was the spot. So everybody want to go on. So it wasn't an open mic like 3 people. It was like 23 people, and 8 of them motherfuckers was about to blow up. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and I was when I first started doing it, I didn't know they was just trying to put me in the worst position every time.
They were trying to fuck with you.
They was fucking with me. They was like, you're going to go last.
Yeah, they were trying to.
It's like 20 people. They like, you're going to go last. I'm like, I'm telling everybody, they saving the best for last. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think they was giving me a shitty ass spot. And every time they thought they gave me a shitty spot, I would fuck it up.
So you were doing that all the way, the whole time, in the beginning?
I've ripped. I've never, man. And it's not me talking. You go find anybody that was of my area in DC. They'll be like, this motherfucker just came, just started fucking shit up. I was doing it for 4 months. People thought I was doing it for like 2 years, 3 years. I was hungry though.
Yeah.
The only thing I gave a fuck about is next joke.
Were you doing any show? You didn't give a fuck stage time, or were you like one of those motherfuckers? You were like, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Man, when I first moved from DC to New York, when comics I wasn't passed in a comedy store. Comics wouldn't give me stage time because I used to rip rip their room. There was this little coffee. There was this little coffee shop close to where I lived in Brooklyn, and I used to go there. They had poetry night when the whole poetry all that shit was like, oh, that's Talib Chanawa, you know. People like, oh shit, you know. It's like during that time I couldn't get on stage, so I used to go to those poetry open mics, and I was the only comic that would do it. And I was like, yo, let me go in there and tell jokes. This is a serious night. I'm like, I want to break this shit up.
Yeah.
And I would go up there, and I became part of that community. Most Def of them used to come through. Talib, Erykah Badu. When Erykah Badu made her transition from Houston to Brooklyn, this spot before she even had a name.
An open mic like that?
Open mic, before she had a name.
Holy shit.
When she was literally off the bus, before she had a name, she used to walk down to this spot, and this was all the positive energy, and she used to go in there and do poetry. She wasn't Erykah Badu.
So it's like you're telling me there was an open mic in Brooklyn where you'd see Mos Def, Talib
Brooklyn
Kweli,
Cafe.
and then
Brooklyn
you'd
Cafe.
see
Calvin Wood, Jeffrey Wright.
It all has to
What part of
happen
Brooklyn?
somewhere.
It was in
dude.
Fort Greene. It was in Fort Greene. It was an area that was just starting with it was getting gentrified.
Yeah.
You start seeing white chicks jogging at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coffee shops popping up everywhere and shit. Like
Man buns.
aromatherapy and shit. You like, yo,
Frappuccinos.
white people are coming. The white people are coming.
Yo, my brother is he lives in
Yeah, like, what's the next call to
my,
action?
my successful brother is Brooklyn. He's in Parks. Like he's one of the gentrifiers. He's
Yeah, one that does it, yeah. And you would see those people, and I would go to the open mics. Then as I started getting past in the clubs, I would hang out more there. But my first introduction to a stage was with that Afrocentric poetry move.
Oh my god. I couldn't get into poetry or anything like that, but I always wanted to do stand up, and it was one of those things. Like, let me ask you this: is just a question. You're a smoker. You go outside. You go to the smoke pit. Do you smoke in the military? Have you always I always wondered if smokers are a little bit funnier than the average Joe because they always take that 5 minutes. You go outside to a smoke pit. You tell a joke to somebody else. The fucking boss sucks, eh? You know, you develop that small talk banter skill.
Yeah, but you can do that with or without a cigarette.
It's true, but I mean, you know, I don't know. My wife said she can do it in yoga, but she doesn't hang out with any of those bitches.
She don't hang out with the yoga bitches? I ran into a marathon bitch the other day.
Yeah,
And it was
ran
so
into
fun.
her.
Yeah.
She
No,
run
it
into
was
you.
a friend of mine's wife, and I would see her all the time, and she had like a frown on her face or like not really into what was going on. It was just like party scene, and I was like, "Yo, you need to enjoy yourself. Smile." She said, "I just ran a marathon."
Fucking exhausted.
Yo, I'm like this. I did not know you was a marathon bitch. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just won 25 miles. They need their space, and they're not impressed with wearing heels and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Probably want to take a shit.
And I was like, I had so much respect for her because the mental you have to be to run fucking.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is my second marathon in like a week. I'm like, damn,
Oh, man.
you ran more this morning than I ran my entire life.
Yeah, like no.
Like running?
I did one in Iraq when we were on a base. I did a marathon with a ruck on in Iraq when we had a.
Yeah, for fun, you know,
No,
why?
because we were behind from the pump. Like we had just gotten back from the wire. We were doing patrols. We had just gotten back, and then there was
it wasn't
a
a
marathon.
fun
going
run.
on.
It was like you were.
They were just like, there's a marathon going on. It was like a big deal. So then a bunch of us were like, fuck it, because we were like really good shape at that time. We were like, fuck it, let's do it with fucking
for a
weight.
jog.
And then we did it.
Oh, that's the extra marathon.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's
are
weird
you-
to me.
Are
That's a
you
weird way to
worried?
live.
I seen your set, man, and after seeing it, are you worried about cancel culture?
Oh,
It's
no, I
like
don't-
that's sneaky.
No.
I don't think you give a fuck.
Oh,
You
no.
don't give a fuck, huh?
They really, like, for me, they're like non-existent.
Yeah.
Well, see, like you, like
Because they like to be quite honest, like if you strip it down, you can just strip a motherfucker of being a producer. You can have stripped motherfucker of being an actor. You can like cause them jobs, whatever. But you can't cancel a motherfucker's comedy career. People always gonna be interested in what you got to talk about.
You
People
think?
are,
Like,
always
Look at Louis though.
Louis, but guess
He's
what Louis
still-
can do?
yeah.
Roseanne is touring with Dice.
Dice, yeah.
You
Yeah, I mean, you
it's
know, like,
there's
people,
always
like-
people will
like real
someone will wanna hear it.
comedians-
That makes sense.
Real comedians, you might cancel like, oh man, I just had this fucking 6-figure deal with Netflix. That's out the window. That's out the window. But you know, people like Louis, you know, they're gonna like, what do you want to go to more than anything when you troubled or happy, whatever, is the stage. So, you know, you're gonna always want to talk to
Well-
people, and people always going to pay.
One of the things I love about you is like I'm a
You
white.
can't like, you know what I mean? You like, you know, you got to work harder to get it.
Yeah,
But you created a brand where you could always make money off of.
Yeah, you're gonna pay some consequences if you get reckless, but it's not gonna be death.
I can't.
It could be to some people if you're not built.
I just can't wrap my head around the idea because there's part of like I want to talk about race and stuff on stage, and I just want to talk about everything. Because I feel like we should be able to talk about everything, and you handle it so well. I like to watch you. Like you have your bits on Asians, fucking.
But if you want to be able to talk about it, you got to talk about it.
I'm so like your favorite.
You gotta be just talk about it.
I know, like, but I'm still at a point where I'm trying to find a way where like there's got to be a way to talk about it.
You know how you do it?
I'm not going to get in trouble.
You know how you do it?
Funny.
You know how you do it?
What's that?
You talk about it.
Yeah, just talk.
And you'll find out. You're like this. Yep, that's the way it is going to get me in trouble. No.
Yeah.
Then you're like this. You know what? I talk about it in a way it wouldn't get me in trouble. But you got to talk about it.
Dude,
the most uncomfortable shit is the fucking.
I love your Asian voice. You like I don't think I'm on tonight maybe. Any case, you don't have to do it. But last time I saw you, you did you shut your mouth.
But the reason,
oh my God,
the reason why, because the thing is, it's not like
I don't think I've ever laughed so hard.
It's not like me doing. It's me doing an impression of somebody that I actually work with.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when I was in Korea, we worked the front gate.
Exactly.
And then you had the checkpoint. You had to have a Korean there with you.
Exactly.
And it was this older dude was like teaching me the ropes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he would teach me words every day and shit.
That's so awesome.
And then all the motherfuckers that work there, all the little fucking Koreans that, they don't speak no English. They just trying to get in so they can work. We had to control that shit and make sure it was the right people. Nobody was sneaking in and shit. Man,
and that's so cool.
And he used to talk like, Rawlings, why you every day? No gameplay. Shut the mouse.
Shut the mouth.
Mr. Park, yo. And the thing that he used to like about me, because I used to learn words, and them little motherfuckers used to love when I used to curse them out.
Dude.
I used to be like, 야이 말 씨발라 말 프리아들로마 동 먹으라 야 개쪽 봐봐. They was like, oh, them niggas get happy.
Dude, that's
son.
crazy. I lived in Japan 6 years, didn't learn a fucking lick of that shit. To go in, I mean, I know enough to order, but see, to know as much as you did, like, you really immersed yourself in that shit.
I had to because if you're working the front gate, at the front gate, it's two guys in the two guys in the from USA and two guys from Korea. Y'all control who's going in and out. Yeah. So you're like the way you guys like they used to be over there like YouTube. Yeah. It was like two Koreans like that to be us. Dude. And then you practice words on motherfuckers. And then you start to get to know motherfuckers.
Well, and that's why when I heard it, I never saw it as like so in cancel culture.
If a Korean, but the thing is, I don't give like you keep saying the word cancel culture.
It's just like, it's a buzzword right now, and we were talking about it last night, and it's but you said the jokes about Asians, and I knew exactly where it was coming from because like I lived in Germany, and after 9/11 I was a cop.
See, you don't have to call them jokes. It wasn't the jokes of Asians; it was the observation.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's what I confused the word.
Yeah, I got jokes
on stage.
You got jokes and you got observations. That's what people understand. That thing you did about mass shooting, I didn't like that joke because, bitch, it wasn't a joke. Yeah, it was an observation.
Well, but I had to be a cop after 9/11. I got augmented and stuff. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's why I was laughing so hard at it. Because I remember being there with a German guy, and we'd fart. And he would look at me and be like, oh, Ripley, you make the ass open? And I was like, what? He's like, you make the ass open.
That's how you get it. That's the only way you know.
The Scheiße of the ass open. What the word? Was ist das? And I'm like, fart.
That's all, and that's a lot for fart.
But the funny thing is every exit, you're on the Autobahn, every exit of the Autobahn is an Ausfahrt. And I'm like, asphalt. You have the word. How do you not fucking know it, Manny?
He just don't. He don't know the context.
And that's what it's the experience with other cultures that that's what I want to talk about it, but I'm afraid that it'll be perceived as racist.
You've been a bitch. You've been a bitch, bro. The blockhead, stop being a bitch, man.
Fair
like
enough.
if you know that whole fucking question, you know the solution to the question. You just gotta execute. It's just like, what the fuck? What's gonna happen?
I didn't think the solution was.
I'm saying, what's gonna happen, son? Oh, you can't work at this club for a year. Then don't work in that club. Go to another club. But you got to talk about the shit.
No, that I get.
What I got to say, man, I really respect what you did last night with the opener. Like when you put when you put the local comedian up for 5 minutes, man. That was. Yeah. I mean, regardless where the set went, how it went,
matter.
That's fucking cool.
It doesn't matter. I was just talking to
that is huge, dude.
I was talking to one of my friends the other day that knows her.
You do that a lot?
Yeah. My friend Bearded Humor. We do a lot of social media stuff together. He's a funny guy. Yeah. Very funny guy. He kills the meme shit. And like he knows, like
Meme shit.
if anybody talks to me about, yo, I'm a friend of so and so, and I'm like, yeah. First question you should be asking me is like, can I get 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's how when I came up.
Yep.
You wanted 5 minutes.
Squeaky wheel.
You
man.
wanted 5 minutes. Like wherever you go, you didn't go to just chill out.
No.
Yo, let me get 5.
That's true.
Yep.
Yo, let me get 5, and you were aggressive about it.
Dude, that
And she said comedy. I said, oh, you want to do 5? She was like, and I
Well,
know,
you know, if you're asked.
but I know what that situation could be. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm doing is giving a person an opportunity. Sometimes you're not ready for it. Sometimes you are, but you got to have all type of experiences.
I respect that.
You
Man.
know?
That was that. A lot of people, most people, don't do that. And to see someone at not just your level of comedy, but also your recognition, your ability to basically just decide this is what's happening tonight on my
if
show,
it comes-
and to put someone up like that really meant that was I saw that as like, God damn,
She
man.
bombed like a motherfucker. Though.
Oh yeah, dude.
But
she
it was like,
bombed
but it
a
was like,
motherfucker.
Have you bombed? Like, cause you're like,
Yeah, I
yo,
don't
man, I
bomb
killed
too
it the
much.
first time, but
I
like,
don't bomb. I'm not a bomber. I don't even have,
Have
bomb
you
jokes.
ever?
Motherfuckers got bomb sets. Like if I start bombing, I'm gonna start ripping the bomb. I've seen the motherfucker rip a bomb. I don't have a lot of bomb material.
really?
Nah. If I bomb, it's bomb. If I bomb, it's because of some shit. Like, yo, he was in this all black club. Everybody just did Hennessy shots. You couldn't see him. The microphone was cracked, and they had him in the corner. It's not gonna be no one-on-one. It's gonna be it's gonna be something that really helps you win. Fuck that shit.
Dude, I mean, cause that.
But bombing could be like a straight bomb, like
like.
Well,
that-
I mean, I don't see you ever getting like booed off stage. Like, I've never been booed
It's
off
happened.
stage. Has you?
yeah. But it was in situation when I first moved from DC to New York. Ed Lover, Dr. Dre had this black night, hip hop night, and I was auditioning. I knew the booker of the club. One of my friends got me an audition. He was gonna come out to check me out. And I wanted to do mainstream. I didn't give a fuck about the black shows. I've been doing that shit. So I dressed up with pleats and a belt. I had a dress shirt and shit.
Like The Rock?
Yo, I was like The Rock. I had pleats and shit. I had hard bottom shoes. I think I had a tie on, right? And this crowd had on like jerseys and throwback fucking jerseys and
Oh.
shit. And they wasn't feeling my outfit. And it was on those crowds where they can't wait to be like, and I didn't connect at the beginning. And somebody said, yo, get the fuck off the stage, nigga. And I tried to act like I didn't hear it.
That didn't happen.
I was like this. I turned my back. I was like, oh, he's trying to get me. Right? I tried to tell a joke, and then he got it again. He said, you heard me, motherfucker. I was like, I'm trying to ignore that shit. So I'm so nervous. I'm performing for mainstream. I didn't want to fucking roast him. So as I called, and he just started hitting me with shots. Then the whole crowd started supporting him. They was like, then the DJ was like,
Oh, fuck.
So he did the shit you used
did,
to
yeah,
do.
like
to
you
get
got
up on
Rawlings,
that.
man.
he got me.
You got Rawlings.
And I had the mic. I was like, I'm not leaving. Ed Lover came and
not give this
he
up.
took the fucking mic from me. And then was
out
like, yeah, that motherfucker said he from DC. And he's like, I hope they got a bus going back tonight, motherfucker. 'Cause your career is over. I was like this. I'll get you back. And now I'm headlining in that club.
Yeah.
Twice
dope,
a year.
man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what's the like? So you're just in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, like, and what's you got? Anything else in the pipe you can talk about? Or
I mean, I could.
what's next for the man?
It's a continuation. I don't call it next. It's a continuation.
Yeah,
You know, I've been doing it for over 25 years, and I've had some success in different areas. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's been on the road. I've been a road rat for a long time. But now I'm starting to do more film and TV. I want to spend more time with my son. I did a thing in Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
I did a Netflix, Degenerates. They have a show called Degenerates.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Did that release
Uncle
yet?
Joey?
No, it comes out New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
That's going to be fire.
Yeah. Who else was on? How did they?
Jim Norton,
Oh wow.
Nikki Glazer,
That's who's on your
Miss
season.
Pat, Miss Pat, Robert Kelly.
Joey Diaz did it.
Yeah, he did it a year before.
No, I've seen them, but these are those seasons you're doing. They're on that season.
Yeah, it comes on this year.
That's a fucking beast.
It's going to
season
be
right
a
there.
good outro to 19. It's like kicking 20 and that's why I'm like, I'm just so chill right now because I know all this shit is falling into place.
Yeah.
You know,
What was that experience like? Like, how did they actually? Because I was wondering, how do they film that thing? Do they do it all at once?
For what?
The Degenerates. Is it
Degenerates.
because it's like?
oh, it's once. It's in Vegas. It's one night,
and
two
it-
shows.
and it's just 2 shows. It's just back to back to back, and
It's
you
back
just
to
each
back.
do you 30-minute rip. And
It was
then-
like there was really 15,
yeah,
but people started stretching out. I think, my shit is at 18 minutes, but it's solid, man.
Yeah.
It's solid. And like, if you think about it, most of these shows, people watch 15 minutes and they be ready to flip shit. Some people you can engage the whole time, but 15 minutes is a hot melt on Netflix.
We got ours. We're actually doing this weekend. We're Veterans Day weekend. I set up got a whole
This
producer-
weekend, right?
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Is it Monday or Sunday?
I think it's Sun.
It's
no, I think
it's Monday. It's
Monday,
but
the
it's
11th,
the
yeah.
weekend. But on the 9th, we're doing this whole. I myself and the dude filming this, and then my friend. We developed. We're producing a veterans comedy.
When is it here?
thing. Yeah, and it's going the 9th, and it's in San Diego. We're filming it, and we're actually shopping
dope.
it.
It's
It's
similar
going
to
to be
Degenerates,
getting
but
released.
it's all
like
veterans.
15 minutes, but it's all veterans. It's actually going to be getting streamed. It's a fucking TV
Oh, you
deal,
can get-
dude. Like,
you can get that. That's a pickup.
yeah. We popped it
easy.
up.
It's all
We-
veterans in comedy.
But it's all
Kinda
it's
the
like
show.
my project. All the dude.
Yo, man, I did one of those shows before, and Jeff Ross was roasting this dude. And this is when I knew Jeff Ross don't give a fuck.
No.
Because this one, this guy, he's with all the stand-up comedy joints. He was in one of the wars, burnt like 90% of his body. He looks disfigured.
the
Oh, yeah,
comedian.
yeah.
The comedian.
But it's so funny
Yeah.
because Jeff asked anybody want to be roasted, and the dude walked up, right?
Oh,
yo.
Yeah.
Jeff, look at this motherfucker. I was like, don't say it. Don't say it.
God.
I was like, don't say it. He was like, yeah, it looks like you've already been roasted.
Boom.
I was like, oh, you don't give a fuck. The dude laughed.
Dude, when he was in,
He had to have known. I mean,
And he know, but I'm like,
you've already been blown
I
up,
know
man. The
he's like
damage
this.
has been done. What
And I know
the
he's
fuck
like
are you
this.
going to say to him?
I know he's heard them all.
Yeah.
Did you see?
You probably heard it in the burn ward. They're like, no,
Yeah.
this is you're going to hear some things after
Yeah.
you leave here.
Them motherfuckers
starting
be
with-
getting lit.
Dude,
Them motherfuckers wounded in the war niggas be getting lit,
Right?
nigga. Yo, I got fucked up with a burnt nigga. One nigga ain't have a leg, nigga had 3 toes. They do shots, son, because people keep buying them shots, son.
You're a goddamn hero. Here you go.
If you go to a bar and you lost a leg, son, you
drink
get
for
shots
free.
all night.
dude, those are my boys.
Those are my boys, son.
I hang out with
Got the
like
dog
I got
tags hanging
I
out.
got a bunch of multiple amputee friends. Like,
Yo,
because
they
I'm
get
recon,
fucked
man.
up,
Like,
son.
yeah, dude.
Well,
I'm
they
fucking-
weigh. They
And
weigh
and
less.
here's the thing about it. We were in San Francisco, and like we went to this snobby spot.
Yeah.
Right. We had all like suits and shit. It's a So Hope Foundation, and people like that's General and Admiral and so and so.
Yeah.
And then we had another spot, son. The other spot was a dive bar, son. We lit that motherfucking dive bar up, son. We in there, we shooting pool. One of my mans, he in there with his fake leg. I mean, you can't tell he ain't got a leg. That nigga went and put shorts on, let people know, bitch. I got a nub.
Here you go.
Shots. We in there. Then we play Lee Greenwood. We play I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least start. And the whole fucking bar is like, and I'll gladly stand up.
Because you can.
Yeah. Cause there ain't no doubt. We in there like this. Burnt motherfuckers in the shot. This nigga ain't got no leg. God bless. Yo, the best shit ever, son.
Do you buy them?
That's the best
Do you buy
shit
the
ever.
burn guys flaming shots? You're like, here's some.
Yo, it's whatever. Yo, it's whatever. Them motherfuckers is like,
They'll drink it.
but they gave, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gave something.
Fuck yeah, man.
Damn, I'm gonna be in fucking Northern California. I'm in Sacramento. I gotta make my show themed
Yeah.
for
what-
Veterans Day.
I mean, what do you got coming up? Veterans Day. What you got?
Veterans
coming
Day,
up?
I'm gonna be at Tommy T's in Sacramento. Tommy T's,
Yeah.
comedy club. It's been around forever, man.
I've never done comedy in Sacramento.
Time-
Damien was telling me about.
You scared to do? You just scared, man.
He's
Stop
just
being
scared.
scared.
He's
I'm in
just
school.
scared.
Bro, I'm using my GI Bill, dude. I can't leave Sacramento while I got a fucking volcano exam tomorrow.
Fuck that.
Ah.
Boo! Scared you.
No, I graduate. I graduate in May with my GI Bill. I finally, and this is something like, man, I was in foster care, and no foster kids get secondary education, man. So I went to Iraq twice for my get to go to college. So I'm super excited to graduate, and then. Because right now,
I am so happy to know that there's 2 white guys out here that had problems in their life.
I know, right?
I feel proud of this moment. You did more jail time than me and shit.
I know, right? But so for me though, it's like.
But you're scared, son.
No, I'm not.
There you are. You scared. You
I graduate in May.
You're trying to skip the subject, son. You're scared, son.
I graduate.
Airman, you're scared. Your blatant disregard for established competency policy shows a lack of heart and integrity. What do you have to say for yourself, Airman?
Give me a 341.
I'm afraid.
Air Force Form 341.
You better off saying Hakuna Matata, motherfucker.
No, man. When I graduate, I can hit comedy full on, man. And I'm working with
Man,
these guys
fuck all
making
that shit,
sketches
man.
and
Fuck
doing
that.
videos and
Fuck
doing
that
this
shit.
podcast.
Fuck that shit.
Just go for it.
Yo, you going on stage or not, motherfucker?
Exactly.
Or
That's
don't
where
talk
I'm
to me
at.
about comedy.
Take
That's
me to.
where I'm
That's what
at
I'm
with
saying.
that
Don't
shit.
talk to me about
I'll
comedy.
go to Sacramento.
You can't talk to me about comedy if you ain't gonna do comedy.
I'll throw down anywhere. I can't do it while I'm in school.
Bro,
Why not?
Because
How long
I
it takes to do
have
15
exams.
minutes?
I have to be in class.
You don't got 15 minutes out of your motherfucking
to
day.
fly to
thank you.
Sacramento?
Thank you.
Come on, bro.
No, I completely.
I mean, you can make an excuse.
I give him shit like
here's
this all
thing.
the time.
Here's the shit. It's motherfuckers. You ask yourself why. Certain motherfuckers make it. You ask yourself all the time. And some people think that other people need to make it before people. But the motherfuckers that make it are the ones that don't have an excuse about it.
All right, I
Just
promise
out
you,
there.
the
You
day I
just do it.
graduate, I'll buy a ticket. I'm gonna do comedy in
No, man, it
Sacramento.
has nothing
The
to do-
This is a goal for me. That's what I'm saying. It's like I have
If
to
you
do
already-
this.
so
I
what
can't. I can't blow off my school to do this.
You're
right
just
now,
still
when I
missing my
just need
point. You're
5
still missing my
months.
point.
Wow.
You have in life. You have 2 excuses. I've said this before. You have a good excuse and a bad excuse. The good excuse is I got exams. I can't do it. I can't take 15 minutes out of my
obligation.
day to tell. I have an obligation. There's not 15 minutes in my day that I could just take and go tell jokes and just forget about it. It's 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I do that here. I can't fly to another city. Is all I'm saying. Like right now, in 3 months, 5 months, I can't.
So
I
you
can
get
totally- I
on
can
here.
go all
You go on
in.
stage here.
I work at the store. I've done every club here. I go on mics. I'm on his show. He's on my show. Like I do comedy. The podcast
He don't
is
get
actually
up as much as he should. I give him shit for it all. the
sure.
time. He should be getting
and I
up
should,
more.
but I hold
A
back
lot,
because
but-
school's an obligation.
Man,
that
I just can't. I'm
respect.
just saying, you're a student. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I
So-
can't wait until I'm not, and you can't wait till
But it's
you're
not
out of the
even a-
air. You can't wait till you're out of the Marines. So you're
But
in
it
the same
still don't-
fucking boat.
No, but it still don't
telling
stop
me
you.
scared.
I rock. I ain't
You
scared.
still
I
don't-
get
it
up all the time.
Man.
It still does not stop you from fucking getting on stage.
What's
No,
your
no, it doesn't.
What's your favorite
I
club
think I
place to
misspoke there.
perform in the entire country?
The one that has the biggest check.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that question all the time. It's no fun being in Hawaii for, you know what I mean? Like if you're not getting paid.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just got, I really don't have a favorite city because I have the same, in wherever city I go to, I got the same energy.
Everywhere.
And
yeah.
I want to get the same results. And that's having fun.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It could be in Ohio, it could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we having fun, we having fun.
Well, it's got to perpetuate too.
Yeah.
Though. It's got to you got bills to pay. You got a family. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And at one point, like, how much comedy do you think you just gave away for free? If you could sum it up into a dollar amount. Oh, in your lifetime.
A lot,
Holy
a lot,
shit, right?
a lot.
Yeah, it's probably incalculable. Is that a word? Who cares?
But nowadays you figure out the way to make it money.
If you had to give some advice to any
I'm getting
coming up, yeah, we'll bounce on this one. I think it's we've been doing this, and I appreciate you putting in.
Yo,
the time
this has been
here,
a
man.
great conversation, man. But I'm trying to enjoy more La Jolla before I leave. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Any advice, parting advice for coming up comedians?
Yes.
What would you say?
My
What would you
advice
say?
is don't ask anybody for advice.
Thank you.
Any answer you want, you'll learn through the microphone.
Yeah.
I told a young comic once, he got on one of my shows through management or whatever. And he asked me a question. You got any advice for a young comic? I was like, don't ask for advice. A microphone. Get on stage, you'll answer everything. And then a year later, he asked me the same question. He said, Donnell, what if I
Should've
was
learned
like,
something,
yo,
man.
you don't listen to advice, so you're on your own. The only thing that you can learn from is getting on stage. Like, there's no rules to it. Like
Yeah.
everybody have different paths. There's no rules to it.
I think we'll call it there. There's no experience like fucking.
Yeah, but you gotta get on
experience,
stage,
man.
nigga. Don't try to skip the subject.
No, man. I'll get on
Skip
stage.
the subject again. He's like, yeah, right, man. Like,
I'll see you
I
again.
want to thank our sponsor and shit, son. Is this what is this? An IPA?
It's just a nice.
No, it's a blonde ale. It's a
But Blondale is considered an IPA. Or is that
It's not.
considered
It
a
would-
craft beer?
It would say.
It's just an ale.
Yeah, craft beer.
Is it a
do have-
popular La Jolla ale?
No, it's up in San Marco.
What's the taste of it? Is it doing well?
It's like a
Crap.
light
Yeah,
ale.
it's doing all right,
Yeah, they've been
man.
around for like 2 years. They just started doing a comedy.
Their can is hot. I want to drink it.
Yeah, crack it open, man. You want a sixer? We'll give you
Blonde,
a
I don't
six
want a
you take
sixer,
home.
motherfucker.
Well, we'll
You
send
take
you.
home
We'll
with
send
I don't want a
you-
sixer.
We'll send you with a few. We
I don't
got
want a
'em.
sixer, but it looks good.
And speaking of stage time, fuck.
Cerveza. What is it called?
It's a cerveza.
Cerveza.
Dos Desperados. Brewing.
Cerveza. Dos Cerveza. Cerveza. You gotta say it like you listen to merengue. and shit.
Cerveza.
Cerveza. Cerveza. But it looks good.
Well, we're both performing there on the 21st. It's actually
Yeah.
my first headlining gig. I'm doing
Where?
I'm at Dos
Dos
Desperados
Desperados.
Brewery on the 21st. I'm doing my first 45 minutes.
12th, when is it?
The 21st of November. That's my first 45-minute spot. So we're
Kill
talking
us, son.
about stage
Yeah,
time.
fuck yeah.
I'm doing it. Don't give me some credit, but there's no experience like experience.
Woo!
Donnell Rawlings. Thank you so
you very
much
much.
Donnell.
for
Thanks,
having
man.
joining us
Appreciate it.
today, man. That was a hell of a fucking time.